Ngai Mob, and welcome to the topic on growth mindset. Now, again, I want to, say it again and sound like a broken record that anything I'm teaching are all skills that can be learnt. They are not something we are born with. And if you haven't had people teach it to you, it is something that you can learn from other people. These are all skills and ideas and lessons that I've learnt over the years, but also more importantly, most of what I'm teaching you, I've learnt more about in the last 2 to 3 years than I have in the past. So it's never too late to learn. And today, the idea of having a growth mindset is very powerful, because it is the way we think about things and the way we see things often determines how we experience things, and it affects the choices that we make. So what we believe about ourselves and our place in the world and our place in our own life really impacts the kind of life we have and the future that we can create for ourselves. And we can have many different mindsets, but in this basic idea of splitting our mindset, or the way we think about things and the way we approach things and the way we see our abilities, so the way we believe we can do things is either a fixed mindset or we have a growth mindset. And sometimes we can have a growth mindset in some areas and then we'll have fixed mindsets in others. It doesn't mean that we have a totally fixed mindset across the board or a complete growth mindset. So for example, a fixed mindset might be, I'm not smart enough to learn how to read or go to university. That's only for smart people, or it's only for people who come from rich areas. It's not for people like me. And a growth mindset might be, I know that I am not a good reader yet, but I know I can learn to read, and understanding that learning is a skill, that we can learn how to learn, and we can learn how to think about things. And even if you've never been shown how to do those things, again, these are things that you can learn. And a growth mindset is a belief that you are in control of your own abilities, that you can learn and grow. Doesn't matter how good at something you are naturally. It's more important the effort that you put in and the belief that you can become good at something, or you can learn something. Now, it doesn't mean that everything you try to do, you're going to become good at, even if you put in a lot of effort, but it means you can learn to at least try that thing and understand the basics of it, and you find out for yourself what you can do. And for me, an area that I had a fixed mindset in, and I'm still working on, is my ability to learn about how to be a businesswoman, how to be an entrepreneur, which is a fancy word for someone who has lots of ideas and big dreams and goes after them to change the world and want to make money and have impact. And I have a fixed mindset around money and my ability to create money, but also how much I deserve to earn and make, and feeling guilty about those ideas, because it's always seen as money's the bad guy, or it's a very mainstream or Western way of doing things. So what I'm working on in that is that I'm working to understand why I want to be in business, what I can learn from being a businesswoman, and what being in business can allow me to do is helping me to work on my fixed mindset around this. By me being in business, it means I get to work on things that I love. I get to work with people I love. I get to work towards creating the change that I want to have in the world, which is around empowering youth and women and girls around their potential and helping them unleash that into the world. By having money and making a business that makes money and is profitable, it allows me to support my family, it allows me to buy a home, but it also allows me to invest in youth programs and being able to give scholarships and mentoring and support to the people that I believe in and want to help them have opportunities to be able to change their lives. Where I have a growth mindset is in my ability to follow my dreams and create change, because I've shown myself that I can do that by going after my dream of becoming a world champion. When I first started this journey, I didn't know if I could do that thing. I didn't even actually believe in the start that I could achieve it. But why I wanted to be a world champion was that I wanted to show my community that it was important to go after your dreams, and that sometimes your effort was more important than your results. So these are the two examples of a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And a growth mindset it allows us to work hard, have effort and persistence, but it gives us, when we have a growth mindset, it gives us the belief that we can do anything, that we can believe in our own potential. And then when you have that belief in yourself, you're more likely to persist, you're more likely to get back up if you fail. And if you have a fixed mindset, that kills it. It's very easy to give up and give away your personal power if you have a fixed mindset. Like, oh, this is as good as my life's going to get. I can't improve. I don't know how to make good choices. I can't change and I can't grow. And sometimes these ideas, or the way we think about things and the way we think about our life and our ability to be the creator of our own life, has sometimes come from our experience. It has sometimes been given to us by other people who have told us that we're not good enough. Sometimes, as sad as it is, sometimes those beliefs about ourselves and our ability to do things comes from those that are closest to us. And sometimes it's been modeled to us as well, because those who are closest to us don't believe they can do things. So I'm really excited to focus on growth mindset, and in the next video we'll focus on how to develop a growth mindset. And it has elements of making a difference in the world, dreaming big, following your heart, you're not what you have, believing yourself, taking action, being persistent, which means being able to try again when you fail or you don't get the result that you want. That knowing that your effort is more important than your outcome, and not attaching your confidence or your self-worth to the things you have or the things you achieve, rather focusing on the type of person you're being and the type of effort you're putting forward to help yourself and create your own life, and trying in your own life. That to learn to love learning, and not necessarily the learning of school, but we all learn things. We learn things from life, we learn things from our family, we learn things from sport. But often we think that education and learning is only something that we learn in a classroom from a teacher. We learn from our friends, we learn from TV, we learn from country. We have the oldest living culture in the world, and the way we learnt was from stories from our elders and from the way we lived our lives. Being grateful can really help as well. Learning to be grateful for what you have and who you are, and finding something each day to be grateful for, and something that you love about yourself, can really help us on our journey to developing a growth mindset and learning to live with that as a way of being, as opposed to just something we do occasionally. Understanding that failure and not getting the results that we want is an opportunity to learn, and sometimes learning how to find something to be positive about in the process of this. Because when you're trying to be your best and do your best in life, it's not an easy journey, but it is well worth it, because we are the ones who get to determine our own success. And when we believe that we are in control of our own destiny, now that doesn't mean that life isn't going to come at you and that unexpected things aren't going to happen. But when you believe in your own ability to get up and respond to things, and to make choices that serve you, even when the circumstances may not be in your control, but your ability to respond to those circumstances is, that's a growth mindset, because it's believing in your own power. Okay, good luck.